Hi everybody, and welcome to your full moon pick a card reading for August 1st, 2023. This full moon is taking place at 15 degrees Capricorn in the Shravana Nakshatra in sidereal astrology. So a little bit about this nakshatra. It is the 22nd of the 27 nakshatras, and it is Lord Vishnu is the ruler. It consists of 3 stars, Altair, Alshane, and Tarazed. These 3 stars together form the head of Aquila the eagle. I believe Aquila is Jupiter's eagle. To put it simply, the word Shravana means hearing, and the symbol is the ear, because of which we hear. Shravana Nakshatra is the star of listening and learning. Our ancestors passed on the knowledge through oral traditions. Similarly, people born under Shravana Nakshatra have a great ability to absorb all the knowledge through listening. As the main idea is to listen and learn, the media and communication fields are basically part of this nakshatra. Those born under Shravana Nakshatra often travel to foreign lands to seek more wisdom and do their higher education. They have a great attention span and have a clear focus from the start on how they want to obtain their goals and complete all their projects. So the ruling planet of this nakshatra is the moon, and it represents the highest point of lunar energy, which is exactly what a full moon is. The night sky casts an eagle-shaped constellation that corresponds to the Shravana Nakshatra symbol of 3 footprints. This nakshatra signifies the art of hearing, or the education of knowledge that is gained via listening. The symbol of 3 footprints can be associated with Lord Vishnu, the creator. An interesting fact is that it is also the birth start of goddess Saraswati, the goddess of education and knowledge and the arts. In addition to this, Shravana Nakshatra blesses its native with a wealth of knowledge, education, proficiency, and intelligence. So it looks like a lot of information could be coming to light during this full moon, which is typical, but with the enhanced effects of this lunar nakshatra representing the fullness of the moon, which is its ruling body. So for our pick a card today, we have 3 runes. I haven't pulled these out in a while, and also I forgot that I totally had these medicine cards. So you can pick pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3. So our 3 runes we have here on pile 1 is Hagalaz. Forgive my pronunciation. Okay, the second pile, I've never pulled this before. This is actually the blank rune. And then we have another one I've never pulled before, which is Kenaz. So this is the 6th rune, this is the 9th rune, and then this is, I guess you could call it the 25th rune. So take your time and pause the video if you'd like to meditate on each pile, and I'll put timestamps below and see you in your selected pile. Alright, welcome pile 1. You chose Hagalaz. I looked up the pronunciation. So this rune cannot be pulled in reverse. It is a powerful rune that symbolizes the wrath of nature, destruction, uncontrolled forces, and being tested. So to me it sounds akin to the Tower card in tarot. So pulling Hagalaz is a warning of energies or forces that we cannot control. They can surface as illness, natural disaster, obstacles, and challenges. You will not be able to influence the outcomes of these energies. So it's important to stay open-minded and welcoming of new opportunities that land in your path during this time. However, you will need to exercise a lot of self-control by removing your own emotions from your intentions or goals. Just remember, it may seem as though many doors are being shut in your face, but this is to allow new, more prosperous doors to open in front of you. Each destruction will present a new opportunity for growth. So one door closes and a window opens, or another door opens. So we're going to start with your tarot here. I'm using the Osho Zen Tarot today. So we have ripeness, the 9 of coins. That's a pretty fruitful beginning, very full, ready for harvest, successful in finances. Let's see, conditioning. There's number 15, which is the Devil card, ruled by Capricorn and Saturn. So they mentioned this could be a test, or a test of will, self-control. As the lion is not devouring the sheep, he's protecting them. Okay, so some temptation, being tempted by forbidden fruit. And then we have Innocence, number 19, which is the Sun card. So perhaps taking the high road, taking the light, the path of light. You may be tempted with some low-hanging fruit, an easy solution, a quick resolution, but with Hagalaz there, it may be leading to your destruction. So taking the higher road of innocence, the light, the patience, preservation, doing no harm, that can be the road to salvation and peace for yourself. And when Hagalaz mentions, not fighting the forces of nature, going with the flow, taking a more passive approach, not trying to control the situation because it's truly out of your control, it may put you in this position, as the card is illustrated here, calling innocence. The old man in this card radiates a childlike delight in the world. There's a sense of grace surrounding him, as if he is at home with himself and with the life it has brought. He seems to have a playful communication with the praying mantis on his finger, as if the two of them are greatest of friends. The pink flowers cascading around him represent a time of letting go, relaxation, and sweetness. So the playfulness, I'm thinking of Leo, the fifth house, the lion. So we have the sun in Leo in tropical astrology and moving into sidereal on the 17th of August. So moving into releasing and letting go as we're passing over this full moon. Don't sweat the small stuff, and the key is it's all small stuff, and you get that from a sense of maturity, of observation over life, and realizing that the things that you thought mattered most to you didn't matter at all. It's just a change in perspective. And this says, Zen says that if you drop knowledge, and with knowledge everything is included, your name, your identity, everything, because this has been given to you by others. If you drop all of that has been given by others, you will be a totally different quality of your being, innocent. This will be a crucifixion of the persona, the personality, and there will be a resurrection of your innocence, and you will become a child again, reborn. So maybe, again, throwing off or casting off these restrictions or these Capricorn, Saturnian kind of harshness that the world has instilled in you, and realizing that maybe it wasn't necessary to be that competitive as you were conditioned to believe or programmed to believe. That you kind of let go and find your own path. You don't do or follow the leader. You become your own leader. And there's a peacefulness that comes with that. Not trying to outdo the next person. Because, they're after a different kind of fruit than you are. Your fruit tastes better. Your fruit is more rewarding because it comes with patience. Okay, so let's move on to your oracle cards here. So our Queen of the Moon, we have wisdom. Okay, so this did mention wisdom. With age and wisdom, some of you may be more mature, maybe older, a little wiser. We have the number 22 card here, the Master Builder. So learning from experience, leveling up, and building knowledge that helps you achieve higher heights of consciousness, of understanding, and something that you may be able to use to teach those of the next generation. Okay, let's read that. Oh, and doesn't that align with our nakshatra that was talking about knowledge, learning, wisdom, communication, learning through hearing, passing down stories, passing down knowledge and information in the form of, could be a book or a vlog or a blog or a teaching position, whatever it is you do. It always looks like she's writing on a blackboard to me, If they even use those anymore, whiteboards, whatever. But writing instructions almost in the stars, like leaving behind an imprint for future generations to read and see. Wisdom is more than mere knowledge. There may be something you aren't seeing and need to research more thoroughly. Wisdom is gathered, but it takes time. Learn from your experience. You might wish to ask the opinion of a wise mentor if you are uncertain. I use my knowledge and experience to make wise decisions. The getting of wisdom takes time usually, and we can be impatient for it. We might cut corners and not see the role we take in our own poor decision-making. To me, though, as modern people, we have millennia of wisdom to assist us. Human history has some very wise people starring in it, and some not so wise, so we have plenty of examples from which to learn. Gathering wiser people around us, in fact, one of the wisest things we can do. We cannot always know it all, and a wise mentor or friend can not only save us from a poor decision, but also demonstrate how to be wise if you aren't quite there yet. The companion stone or metal is fluorite. So it almost looks like this man, he is a wise mentor. He's a teacher, teaching this praying mantis, instructing him, speaking to him. See how his mouth is open. Okay. Maybe reconditioning, relearning things. Okay, and our astrology card. We have water, spirituality, emotion, intuition, and compassion, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So our deep emotional intelligence being affected here as well. Emotional learning, not just intellectual. There can be an expansion of the heart chakra, as Leo rules the heart. The heart of a lion, they say the cowardly lion didn't have a heart, but his courage, grows in strength. So it could be a strengthening of the heart. And finally, our alchemy card, we have Chaos, Massa Confusa. Okay, well, that does kind of go in hand with Hagalaz, the rune of kind of chaos and destruction. But, out of chaos, we are given a clean slate. Things are out of our control, so you may as well embrace the chaos and let things unfold and unravel as they may, and extrapolate what you can in the form of wisdom as a result of whatever sweeping changes are coming through your life at this time. So that is number 51. We have the card is titled Disoriented, Spinning, Groundlessness. When an alchemist sits in the laboratory amidst the presence of Massa Confusa, something miraculous is bound to occur. That's because this card, this state, is so powerful and all-encompassing that it typically overwhelms the student to the point of despair. Such is the nature of chaos. It is the grand trickster, the topsy-turvy confusion that turns life on its head and spins a web of even the wisest mystic can't untangle. Baffling? Yes. Disorienting? Yes. But the seasoned alchemist recognizes it as the most potent point in the alchemical experience. Wait, observe, do nothing. Just like this man here. The praying mantis waits for its prey to approach it. It doesn't strike. It waits for the opportunity, and can be deadly as a result. It gets one chance to make that accurate stab at prey. It is destiny itself that spins the web. Clarity will emerge, one strand at a time. Your only task is to breathe. Do not struggle. The three fates hold you in their sights as you free fall towards freedom. Okay. The thing to ponder is looking through the eye of the storm. Piling existential questions on top of chaos will not help your alchemical pursuits. Rather, turn to practices that clear and make space. Meditation is the remedy. So be the eye of your own storm. Be the calm center as things seem to be whirling around you in chaos and destruction. You are the solid, grounded focal point. And this can help you possibly gain clarity about yourself. Again, this talked about stripping away everything that was given to you externally and being in touch again with your true identity, your true self. This man sees himself as the praying mantis, and vice versa. They see each other in each other. So think of this card as a sister to the void card. They are different expressions in the same life-changing energy. The void is absence and chaos is overwhelming presence. Okay, so you could be the void at the center, because that's the eye of the storm. There's no force, fast winds or destructive energy at the center of the storm. You're the calm void, the center of the vortex. Okay, so let's take a look at your animal medicine card. We have the skunk, number 7. So number 7 is interesting. We had, of course, Capricorn show up, which is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is associated with the number 7. It's the 7th planet. That was the last one observable by the naked eye in ancient times. But we talk about, you see the black and white, the void and the chaos together. The title of this card is Reputation. Skunk, tell me the story so I will know it well of how to attract and how to repel. Skunk medicine, go ahead and laugh. This furry little animal has a reputation that contains a great deal of power. Due to its distinct behavior, humans give this tiny, smelly creature a wide berth. The key word here is respect. Unlike other predatory animals, skunk does not threaten your life but threatens your senses. You know this to be true if you have ever seen the vicinity of its prey. In observing the habit patterns of skunk, it is easy to notice the playfulness and nonchalance of its natural behavior. The I dare you attitude of this four-legged creature commands you, as the observer, to respect its space by mere reputation alone. Skunk is teaching you that by walking your talk and by respecting yourself, you will create a position of strength and honored reputation. The carriage of your body relates to others what you believe about yourself. There is no need to bully, aggravate, torment, or overpower other beings when your sense of self intact. Kind of feels like that self-control illustrated in the conditioning card. Discipline, and that's what Saturn teaches us as well. As with skunk, the resonant field of energy around your body is relayed through the senses. Self-esteem permeates the body's energy and is instantly recognized as extrasensory level by others. Learn to assert, without ego, what you are. Respect follows. Your self-respectful attitude will repel those who are not of like mind, and yet will attract those who choose the same pathway. As the door of skunk attracts others of its kind, it repels those who will not respect its space. Skunk medicine people have the ability to attract others, and they are very charismatic. At the same time, the other side of their natural power is to repel those who seek to take energy from them without recycling the gifts they have taken. Skunk medicine people also know how to use the energy flows that will attract a lover. Some people call this sexual magic, as it is akin to the musk scent that animals excrete to attract a mate. It can be dangerous to leak sexual energy if you are not looking for a mate. It puts you into a game's condition that you may feed your ego, but not how others feel about you. If you are attracting others who have an interest in you, you are in a sense saying, "I'm available." This can cause hard feelings when the truth comes out. It also leaks energy that you could have used in a more constructive way. In skunk medicine, it is good to learn how to handle energy flows. Modern psychologists call this body language. In tribal teachings, this is your personal medicine which you are showing to others. Use your medicine well and know that you are known by your reputation. How you use your energy will attract either honor or disgrace. You may want to examine what energy you are putting out that creates your present situation. If you have chosen this symbol, you are being asked to notice that kinds of people who are attracted to you. If they emulate favorable characteristics, have enough self-esteem to recognize those characteristics within yourself. Walk tall and be proud of the accomplishments you have made. Bear in mind that what you believe about yourself is your ultimate protection. Project self-respect. Okay, so maybe some of you are going to reevaluate. Maybe you have social media pages or Instagrams, and if you're displaying yourself as a certain kind of person, it may be attracting energy that you don't want in your life. That might be the storm or the destruction that's coming through. To remove that as you recognize and reveal your true identity, your true self. You might lose followers. People might say, okay, well, you've changed. I don't want anything to do with you. But that's in your power. That's within your grasp of how you project your energy to the world. It's a calling card of what you want to attract, how you project yourself by your reputation. Okay, so do we need anything else for this moon reading? Let's take a look at our Making Magic sigil cards. Why not? Pile 1. We have Earth. Ask the element of Earth for grounding, stability, and strength in times of chaos. Well, isn't that resonant? Because I mentioned that you are the calm center on the eye of the storm here. So work with the element of Earth, physically even ground yourself outside with bare feet, or even laying on a beach. The water's there, maybe going for a swim. Achievement, win the award, accolade, or contract. I feel like this is more personal achievement. This is something that you're proud of, proud of yourself for doing. You don't need that external validation in this case. It feels like an internal victory, a conquering of something that might have been difficult for you in the past. And then we have the Tree of Life, true wisdom and making good choices in life. It's exactly what this wisdom card was talking about. There's been plenty of people before us that have made really great decisions and really poor decisions, and you can actually learn from your elders, as you one day will become an elder, in order to show people how not to live or how not to project yourself into a world if you don't want these certain results. Okay, I think that's all I have for us today. Thank you so much, Pile 1, for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this message. Best wishes to you, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Take care. Bye. Hi, Pile 2, and welcome to your reading. You have chosen the blank rune. This is also known as the Weird rune, W-Y-R-D, or Odin's rune. It's the absence of runes, and it allows us to reflect on the experience of not knowing. It is akin to silence, zero, the void of infinite possibility, the space between words, the breath before speech. It's akin to the Fool card in tarot, new beginnings, the unknown, the Hebrew letter Aleph, and the most primordial form of air. This is a rune of total trust and should be taken as exciting evidence of your contact with your true destiny, which time and time again rises like the phoenix, the ashes of what we call fate. A symbolic death is a part of your life. A positive or negative outcome depends on past behavior. It could be connected to your karma. Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn, in which this full moon is taking place. And spiritual development, it means your spiritual development is progressing. So you're learning, you're growing, you're being reborn. There could be an ego death in store this month. We do have a second full moon at the end of the month, which could bring enlightening revelations about any kind of changes that are implemented or coming through for you at this time that you may not understand where they came from or why. But let's take a look and see what the blank rune can illuminate for us in your tarot. We have experiencing the Three of Wands. So yeah, kind of in the fire right now, right? This is Sun in Aries, feeling the heat. In the crucible, the Creator, there's the King of Fire, King of Wands. Okay, Aries, Leo, and Sag. We are in the season of Leo in tropical astrology, and we'll be entering that season August 17th in sidereal. Let's see what our final card is. Sorrow number 9. Okay. Sorry, the 9 of Swords. I didn't specify. But this rune mentioned being a phoenix. It's a rebirth. Again, there could be a death or a letting go of something or an identity that you may have seen yourself as. But I think once you remove that, it feels like a removal of a victim mentality. You recognize the strength you have as the creator to rebuild whatever it is that you're looking to expand. Or you have the strength here. Because there's a lot of masculine fire, and this is air, which is also masculine. So there's a lot of yang energy that can work for you this month as we're moving through the fire sign of Leo. And something is being remolded, reformed, reshaped after possibly being disintegrated or wiped through your life, like rising from the ashes. Alright, so the book reads about sorrow. Times of great sorrow have the potential to be times of great transformation, but in order for transformation to happen, we must go deep to the very roots of our pain and experience it as us, without blame or self-pity. This pain is not to make you sad, remember. There's where people go on missing. This pain is just to make you more alert, because people become alert or only when the arrow goes deep into their heart and wounds them. Otherwise, they don't become alert. When life is easy, comfortable, convenient, who cares? Who bothers to become alert? When a friend dies, there is a possibility. When your woman leaves you alone, those dark nights, you are lonely. You have loved that woman so much that you have stacked all, and then suddenly one day she is gone. Crying in your loneliness, those are the occasions when, if you use them, you can become aware. The arrow is hurting, it can be used. The pain is not to make you miserable. The pain is to make you more aware. And when you are aware, misery disappears. So this may not just be a mental sorrow. It could be a physical sorrow as well. If you're feeling physical pain, that is a great motivator to do something about your physical health, your lifestyle, the way you live. And that could lead to a rebirth, a creation of a new self that you have coming upon you. So that's what the full moons do. They bring light to a situation. They bring awareness. Capricorn does rule the bones and the structure of the body. It's an earth element. So again, it could be a physical awareness of what needs to change. Or say if you are experiencing a loss, you can use that opportunity again to embrace the strength that you have, knowing that you've made it through other losses before, and every time you've had the ability to pick yourself back up. Or is it, fall down 7 times, get up 8? And the definition of fear, the acronym, forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. So you have a choice here, basically. If you want to stay in this energy, no one's stopping you, but it's a great opportunity. So all of your greatest mistakes are your best opportunities. The creator says there are 2 types of creators in the world. One type of creator works with objects, a poet, a painter. They work with objects. They create things. The other type of creator, the mystic, creates himself. He doesn't work with objects. He works with the subject. He works on himself, his own being. And he is the real creator, the real poet, because he makes himself into a masterpiece. You are carrying a masterpiece hidden within you, but you are standing in the way. Just move aside, then the masterpiece will be revealed. Everything is a masterpiece because God never gives birth to anything less than that. Everyone carries the masterpiece hidden for many lives, not knowing who they are, and just trying on the surface to become someone. Drop the idea of becoming someone, because you already are a masterpiece. You cannot be improved. You have only come to it, to know it, to realize it. God has himself created you. You cannot be improved. Okay, so that's what the void of infinite possibilities is, though. You know, this is your masterpiece right here. It hasn't been written yet. It hasn't been revealed yet, maybe to you until this point, when you think maybe there is no purpose, or there is no use for you, or you feel like a failure or something. This is telling you you have great purpose, you have great meaning and power within. You are this masterpiece that needs to be shared with the world. So it's time to reveal that. Okay, so let's look at our Queen of the Moon. We have Faith, the worm moon, number 31. This is a full moon. 31 being the 11th prime, a gateway, a portal. And I guess the full moon, the blue moon is on the 30th. I wonder if it's in the 31st in some parts of the world. But yeah, this is typically a springtime moon in the northern hemisphere where the worms start coming out of the earth and stuff. But here, you know, there's a pregnant woman. Things are coming to fruition. Having faith that I feel like, you know, that greenery will return to your life, that things will start to regrow. You know, after a forest fire, it takes a while, but then the forest grows back even more thick and lush and full than it ever was before the fire. Sometimes a great cleansing has to come through your life. Like here, this burning bush here. It's almost akin to that, you know, when Moses spoke to God in the burning bush. That could be your direct connection or channel or moment with God where you have that revelation of self and an identity, or seeing the real you. So having that faith, some of you could be rekindling your faith in God. Maybe you saw yourself as an atheist, or you had a certain faith that you were raised with and that you abandoned it for whatever reason, and you may find yourself gravitating back towards that belief system. Not for everybody, but let's see what faith has for us here. Fertility and abundance now return. Things will get better. Growth has started. Hold on to your dreams in adversity. I know all will be well. So maybe some of you, this is your rock bottom in your life. Maybe things have never been this difficult for you before, but this is asking you to have faith that things will return to a restored fertility. It is in the darkest times that we find it hard to see the light. It is hard to see when things seem hopeless, how we can ever feel hope again. When things seem to fail, it is really difficult to draw up our resilience and stand up again. We learn by observing the seasons that the light does return. The barrenness of winter turns infinitely and surely into spring. The ice melts, the days grow longer and the nights grow shorter. Warmth and fertility slowly return to the land. It is hard to have faith in ourselves and the universe. I think that faith is the real F word. Faith requires us to let go of our anxieties and have trust, perhaps in something we can't actually see yet. Perhaps having a more complete faith in yourself and a higher power to lead you to your greatest good is a solid intention, while having a rigid blind faith does not serve us. It is important to hold on to our dreams and intentions and to focus on the outcome. To do this without taking note of what is happening around us can be folly. Our ancestors would observe nature carefully, looking for the signs of new life and fertility, altering their hunting or planting to best take advantage. Yet they knew that the ice would melt and the soil, damp and ready, teeming with worms, would receive their seeds. The companion stone or metal is lapis lazuli, which is associated with the throat chakra, I believe, so it's blue. Yep, here we are. There's a piece of lapis for you. And so it is the throat chakra and communication that is enhanced. So communication perhaps with higher self, higher power, increased intuition. All right. Let's take a look at your astrology card here. Venus, give and receive love, find value, and see beauty. Yeah, find value in whatever it is that you've lost, or the suffering or the lesson that you've gone through. Venus is currently retrograde for this entire month of August until September 3rd. So, again, maybe gratitude is coming to mind, thinking of the things that you're thankful for, even for the difficult times, because they are what is spurring this growth in you, that is spurring this reconnection and rebirth into being. And then we have the Great Serpent, number 45, the Ouroboros, so the infinity, right? The snake eating its tail. Okay, so the title of this card is The Tail Eater, the Guardian Quantum Realm. The Ouroboros is the all-encompassing glyph of the alchemical process. The hungry snake bends itself around you in a gesture of protection and guardianship, giving you the space and safety to participate in the work. Anything and everything can be offered into its mouth for transformation, good, bad, blasphemous, or precious. The materials for our life transmute into gems along the great serpent's spine. Along with your woes, the Ouroboros engulfs every pair of opposites. What is masculine becomes feminine. What is sky becomes earth. What is past becomes future. When this card appears, you have entered the quantum realm. Everything is a possibility. No one knows the limits of the Ouroboros. Just when you fell into thinking that your life was straightened out, the snake takes you once again into its gaping mouth for an entirely new trajectory. So it does mention it's no one knows the limits of the Ouroboros, like falling into this void. And that's what the blank rune is illustrating as well. And let's see. Something to ponder is your iris encircling the pupil. This card runs in tandem with the Rotatio card. If both appear in a reading, you are certainly caught in a loop, perhaps even a hamster wheel that you will take advanced effort to exit. So I feel like this is you exiting the hamster wheel. It's not here, the other card that they're speaking of, Rotatio. So this could be your exit. I mentioned some of you, it might be a rock bottom point. It's like, I am done relearning this lesson for the last time, and it's time to start learning a new lesson. There's a new value being placed on your life. Note that the great serpent eats himself, not others. The work starts and ends with the alchemist themselves. Through this remembrance, the alchemist learns to service the world. So the creator creates himself, right? We talked about that. Maybe that's what you're doing. You're recreating who you are in order to be of service to the world, to step into the service that you were meant to bring to others. So that could be where your purpose lies. And then we have, for your animal totem card, we have the hummingbird, number 44. Hummingbird is associated with the ghost shirt religion, which taught that a certain dance done properly would bring about the return of the animals and that white people would disappear. Once again, the original people would know the joy of the old ways. In Mayan teachings, Hummingbird is connected to the black sun and the fifth world. Hummingbird can give us the medicine to solve the riddle of the contradiction of duality. The song of Hummingbird awakens the medicine flowers. Hummer sings a vibration of pure joy. Flowers love Hummingbird because nectar sucking brings about the reproduction of their families. Plants flower and live because of Hummingbird. Hummingbird can fly in any direction, up, down, backward, and forward. Hummingbird can also hover in one spot and appear to be motionless. That sounds like the motion of they were describing in the Ouroboros. In the past becomes the future, and the future the past, etc. You're multi-directional. There's infinity, and the Ouroboros is often depicted as a number 8 infinity sign. Great Spirit created Hummingbird to be slightly different from other feathered creatures. Because of their magical qualities, hummingbird feathers have been used for a millennium in making of love charms. It is said that hummingbird conjures love as no other medicine does, and that hummingbird feathers open the heart. Without an open and loving heart, you can never taste the nectar and pure bliss of life. To brother and sister hummingbird, life is a wonderful wonderland of delight, darting from one beautiful flower to another, tasting the essences and radiating the colors. If hummingbird is your personal medicine, you love life and its joys. Your presence brings joys to others. You join people together in relationships which bring out the best in them. You know instinctively where beauty abides, and, near or far, you journey to your ideal. You move comfortably within the beautiful environment and help others taste the succulent nectar of life. So that can connect too with Venus, the goddess of love and beauty and joy, right? Doing what you love, showing others, that they can have joy in their life too. And we're bringing joy into other people's life just by your presence. Hummingbird holds the bow of beauty, which is delicately inlaid with gold and silver flowers, pearls, and precious jewels. Hummingbird disdains ugliness or harshness and quickly flies away from discord or disharmony. If Hummingbird is flown into your cards, get ready to laugh musically and enjoy Creator's many gifts. And Creator showed up in the reading. Drop your judgment, attitude, and relax. Hummingbird will no doubt give you a flash of the spirit, darting here, there, and everywhere. Get ready for a strange new burst of energy, which may send your senses reeling. Hummingbird hears celestial music, and is in harmony with it. Hummingbird may invite you to an art museum or a concert. Hummingbird energetically embraces the highest aesthetics, as does Venus. Never be coarse in front of Hummingbird, for this is a fragile medicine which may have no understanding of worldly affairs. Beauty is the target, and Hummingbird's mission is to spread joy or to be destroyed. Hummingbird quickly dies if caged, caught, or imprisoned. Follow Sister Hummingbird, and you will soon be filled with paroxysms of joy and experience a renewal of the magic of living. So a renewed sense of joy, if I had to title Pile 2's reading. And we mentioned the fire, right? giving birth to the phoenix rising. I mean, it's not a phoenix. In this case, it's a hummingbird coming to open in your heart to bring joy and beauty. I mean, the best cure, the best medicine is laughter, correct? Restoring joy to your life. Things are coming back into bloom for you, I think. It's definitely possible. But I also feel that there's a choice to engage with that opportunity. So we have self-confidence, strong self-belief, and a sense of worth. Yeah, that's being restored. That's being reborn with this full moon. We have successful career, a happy working environment, pay rises and promotions. Okay, well, maybe, again, this is an unexpected career change, and they may have felt you like you've lost something, but really it's a change in a higher direction, a better direction, with more money and satisfaction. And finally, we have fire. The element of fire heralds new life, renewed passion, and positive transformation. Well, that's how we started this reading, was with fire. And it's interesting because I'm going to move on to pile 3, and the rune associated with this is actually called fire. So maybe you're watching all 3 of these, because so far the pile 1 and 2 seem to kind of be connected. But Kenaz, the third pile rune, symbolizes inspiration, vitality, improvement, and openings. So if you're called to watch that reading, go ahead and wait for that to begin. But if not, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Hi, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. You have chosen the rune Kenaz, which is the 6th rune in the sequence of 24. So it's a rune that symbolizes inspiration, vitality, improvement, and openings. It represents the banishment of darkness and the illumination of creativity and energy. So it's a fire-associated rune. Fire is associated with action and creativity, and actually the meaning is torch. So it looks like a flaming wand, basically, that you're holding, like the Ace of Wands, perhaps, in tarot. Creation's fire. It's transforming hearth and hall. In a reading, Kenaz is associated with runes of fertility or artistry, or a rune spell. It probably will mean creative work. If it is combined with runes of strength, it may mean purifying force or uncontrolled passion. If the context is mystical, it might mean illumination. Controlled fire, destruction for the purpose of creation, or in a negative context, disintegration without reintegration or unguided shaping. So let's see what the cards have to do to contribute to the interpretation of this rune. But fire is cleansing. It's very destructive, but it can also be used to forge new reality. So pulling this rune is a sign that you're in balance and harmony with the universe. You have been making positive progress with something that has been holding you back in the past. The guidance of this rune can sometimes feel very intense, but keep your mind open to new possibilities that will help you progress even further. If you pull a reversed Kenaz during a rune reading, it could be a sign that your intuition and harmony with the universe are muddled and dark. It may also signify the ending of a friendship, job prospect, or even personal intentions. Now is the time to work on your physical and spiritual foundations before you make any life-changing decisions. Okay, so there is this constant theme of death and rebirth, endings and new beginnings here throughout the 3 piles. But let's see what your cards specifically have to add to this interpretation. We have trust. Okay, so that's the Knight of Cups, I believe. It's like a free fall that she's doing. A trust fall, being having faith that the universe will catch you no matter the circumstance. And then we have the Dream, the 6 of Cups, which is Scorpio. So again, the Knight of Cups could be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and we have Scorpio here again. And then we have Guilt, the 8 of Swords. Feeling trapped by the mind. It mentioned with the rune that there will be progress where maybe you have felt stuck in the past. This could be in regards to a relationship or your relationship status. If you've been single for a while, having faith that the right opportunity or person will come into your life. Could be somebody from the past with the 6 of Cups there coming back. It could also having faith that your partner will be supportive of you if you decide to undergo a certain change at this time, or support your creative or passion projects. This is really self-doubt, the way the 8 of Swords is reading. I know it's like guilt, like something's eating at your mind. I don't get that there's a cheating partner or anything here. It's just maybe, I think maybe regrets about the past relationships that you may have had or been a part of, or how you treated somebody, or how, you let yourself be a part of that partnership for so long. and maybe that's kept you from engaging in future partnerships. And this is telling you to have faith and trust that it's not going to be same as it was in the past. Okay. And this doesn't have to be a romantic partnership. It could be business or friendships, but I think, again, having faith that this person does have your best intentions, that they are here to support you. Okay. And they're not going to do you any harm, just because, again, things like that have happened in the past. So this person may have strong placements in water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. They may have Venus, Mars, or Jupiter. But it feels like a very protective force in embracing you, even if it's not a physical being, as this is kind of illustrated in it's called the dream. And there's an airy depiction here of a thought, a memory, maybe somebody who's passed, holding you from the other side, being your guide. Maybe you feel inappropriate guilt about their passing, which is natural, normal. We all have those feelings sometimes. But, know that it's not your fault, if that's your scenario. Okay, so let's move on and see what the rest of the oracle cards can teach us. Discernment, the number 10 card. So this is another of the mind, of the air. Again, I think being able to discern the past from the present, knowing and trusting that your current situation is different this time around. You've broken the cycle. You've moved beyond. The card says, take care of your choices now. Look carefully and judge wisely. There may have been something difficult to see, something that has been obscured, but now it has been revealed to you. Examine it closely. I take my time to be accurate and precise in my discernment. When you get some years on you, hopefully the time you spend moving and choosing upon this earth brings you some kind of wisdom. Some of that wisdom will be bred of hindsight and perspective. All of us, if we are engaged in life, make good decisions and poor ones. Sometimes we make spectacularly bad ones. We are able to spot where our sore points are and fix them up if we so choose. We are able to take a good long look at what is painfully recurring in our lives and deal with it. Yes, deal with it. The secret here is discernment, really making it a priority to take time to ensure acuteness of judgment, really looking at the fine print before you buy. Instead of taking things on face value or rushing into surface judgments, take your sweet time to form friendship and business partnerships. Put your energy output into perspective, looking at evidence instead of only just believing. Feel and act when you are being trodden upon or having your boundaries overstepped, or when something doesn't quite feel kosher. Ask clarifying questions and really listen to the answers offered. Then act on the reality. That is growth. That is real pattern busting. That is gathering of wisdom. Note the waxing gibbous moons. This is the first of the waxing gibbous moons. The overall themes of this part of the moon cycle are action and will. The accompanying stone and metal are yellow jasper. Okay, so the solar plexus is being emphasized here. Trust in yourself, I think, to make good decisions is the best message here, based on, again, your past experience. And then we have Scorpio, intensity, exposing, purging, and renewing. Well, I did mention this is Scorpio, actually, Sun in Scorpio. So purging and renewing, that's the releasing that comes after a full moon, preparing yourself to start something new, to begin a whole new cycle of trust and growth, and that you're done repeating this same lesson over and over. Scorpio is the sign of the 8th house of sex and death. So reproduction, that new life that comes out of death and endings. And we are coming into the Scorpio season in a couple of months. Okay, but you're putting an end to something. I think putting an end to doubt. And then we have antimony, number 27. So this is like the enemy, right? The opponent. And the opponent here, I feel, is the mind. You are your own worst enemy, right? And it's time to put an end to that. To the doubt and the fear, discerning fact from irrational thinking. Let's read about antimony. The title of this card is Wilderness, Fierceness, and Hunger. In medieval times, antimony became known as the Grey Wolf of alchemy. This was due to the metalloid's unpredictable qualities and its ability to eat away at the materials in the laboratory. Gold is one of the few materials to withstand contact with it. For these reasons, this card must be read with delicacy. On one hand, it represents the wild and free spirit that longs to express itself in the world. On the other hand, it represents a fierceness that can turn destructive or corrosive at the drop of a hat. The message here is clear. Channel the Grey Wolf's energy toward creativity. Challenge it to come out from the shadows and express itself. Embark on the creative project or adventure that's calling you, rather than focusing on why you can't. Once you begin, don't quit. The Grey Wolf responds to respect, not repression. So this is the I can't card. This is you thinking of all the reasons why you can't trust, why you can't follow through with your intended actions. But this is the power of discernment of the full moon. Your intuition is heightened at this time. You're able to see clearly, again, discerning and separating fact from fiction in your mind. So use this opportunity to channel the energy towards creativity. Okay. And then it mentioned, I guess, gold is the only thing that's resistant to corrosion, and gold is the ultimate goal of alchemy, the transmutation of lead into gold. So this is lead, right, in your head, and turns it into gold, your will, your solar plexus, your true core and identity of what it is that makes you shine, what makes you tick in this world and puts you forward and makes you stand out as unique from everyone else in the crowd. There's something very special that only you can offer this reality. Another interpretation of this material is that something that is eating away or wearing away the situation or person. Let this possibility open to deeper revelation. So I guess that could be a sign of guilt as well. Again, feeling like something's thought is eating away at you. Again, I feel like this is more inappropriate guilt. Like it's not based in reality, but rather perception, a skewed perception based on internal trauma and pain. To want to make yourself feel responsible for something. But if you knowingly did something wrong to hurt somebody from your past, maybe this is an opportunity to relieve that burden from yourself and confess and apologize. That could be part of what needs to be transmuted. Like many of the alchemy cards, the Grey Wolf can most easily be felt through the laboratory of the human body. Dance, run, shake, or breathe. Okay, now let's look at your animal medicine. We have the antelope, number 37. Okay, so the title of this card is Action. When time was just beginning, the tribe of man was small. Antelope saw the two-leggeds were naked, hungry, and in danger of extinction. The ancestors would soon vanish from Mother Earth if action were not taken. So Antelope took action and came into the camp, calling all the two-leggeds together for counsel. Great Mystery sent me to teach you a lesson. The lesson is to do. You have no need to be fearful if you know what to do, and then you do it. The people ask, what should we do? If you are naked and cold, you should kill me and take my coat and keep you warm. It is my gift to you. Do it. We will, said the people. What of our hunger? If we're starving, what can we do? If you're hungry, you should kill me and take my flesh, for it will nourish and make you strong. It is my gift to you and part of my evolution. It is my service. Do it. Antelope knew that humankind would survive the ice age if the people learned to eat meat. Before the movement of great ice mountains, fruit and vegetables had been plentiful, and the two-leggeds had no need to eat the bodies of their fellow creatures. The clans of the second world ate antelope, taking the instinct and wisdom of the four-leggeds into their bodies. The people learned, through each creature's essence, how to survive. They were taught never to waste or to take more than they needed. When they were in need, the two-leggeds knew to take action. Humans learned Antelope's lesson well. Because of Antelope, humans took proper action and survived to this present day. Antelope taught humans to honor the gifts sent from the Great Mystery and to avoid indiscriminate destruction of life. Antelope signifies knowledgeable action. Antelope is a symbol for the antenna of your hair, which attaches you to Great Mystery by its long cords of light. Looking at Antelope, you become aware of your mortality and short time span you have on this planet. With this in mind, you must act accordingly. Proper action pleases Great Mystery. Antelope medicine is the knowledge of life's circle, knowledge of death. Antelope can truly live. Action is the key and essence of living. That has to do with the solar plexus too, the will too. The will to live, the will to act, the will to move forward and not be stuck. I mean, the Eight of Swords is typically depicting a woman encircled by swords, encircled by her thoughts, believing she is trapped or stuck in a circumstance, and this is telling you you're not. You're free to act, you're free to move. So if you want to live, you have to act. And again, coming against your own greatest enemy of the self and doubt. Antelope powers have been courted and shamanized since the dawn of time. Antelope clans have been many, and the power of antelope people is great. Antelope medicine gives you strength of mind and heart, and the ability to take quick and decisive action to get things accomplished. Always listen to what Antelope has to say to you. Antelope in your card indicates a message of higher purpose. Antelope arms you with the bow of authority and forces you to act on behalf of self, family, clan, nation, and finally Mother Earth. Antelope says, do it now, don't wait any longer. Antelope knows the way, and so do you. Take courage and leap. Your sense of timing is perfect. When Antelope has bounded you to the cards, the time is now. The power is you. All right, let's finish this up with some Making Magic cards. But I mean, action, like we said, has to do with the fire essence, the torch of the rune that began this reading. It's time to create. It's time to act and move. And we have Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries being fire signs, but we're in the sign of Leo in tropical timing and soon to be in sidereal as well. Okay, we have protection, strong protective magic for the family and the home. So again, there's no need for that fear. There's the festival, creates an energetic blueprint for a fantastic party or event. So again, something worth celebrating, I feel, celebrating the victory of taking action. And happy love, a joyful, stable partnership, and good friends. So I think that has to do with the trust too. Trust in others in order to support you and see you through any difficulty or help you out of this darkness. Time to shine creates an energetic resonance for golden opportunities. And we mentioned gold is the only thing that can't be eroded by the antimony. So your true core essence of self is not going anywhere. So it's time to project it. It's time to take action on self and make sure the world knows it. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in, Pile 3. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If so, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.